Let's bring in Republican Senator Josh Hawley from Missouri, a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. He once clerked for Chief Justice Roberts. So we have a few things that we want to get to with you, Senator, and thank you very much for being here today. Obviously, people change their opinions over time. This happens in the world, and it appears that President Biden changed his opinion on this. And, you know, you can give latitude for that, but it's fair, I think, to point out what the prior opinion was.
Well, and why would now he want to force his opinion on everybody else in America? That's the real question, Martha, because that's what he wants with Roe. He wants to say that there's only one view on abortion, and the Supreme Court's going to control it, and he, Joe Biden, is going to dictate it. Here, this is what would happen if this opinion actually becomes the decision of the court. It would mean that the people get to decide what the abortion laws should be, what the laws protecting life should be in their states. And that's what this is about. That's democracy. And that's what the Constitution gives to the people, is the right to control this issue and to make up their own minds. Yeah, it's interesting to note in our polls, 54% said that they believe that a 15-week ban is fair. That was the line that they would say is fair. That's more than half, a majority in that polling, just to point that out. And 15 weeks is the number that the Mississippi case was all about. So just to mention that. Now, you clerked for Justice Roberts. You see the fences that are going up around the Supreme Court. Justices canceling their public speaking engagements and getting doxxed in terms of where they live. What do you want to say about that, Senator? Oh, I want to say that this is a threat to judicial independence. I mean, this leak, and I don't know who did it, but I know the left is sure celebrating it. And what they're trying to use it to do, Martha, is to pressure the Supreme Court into changing its opinion, into changing its deliberations. They're trying to undermine the independence and integrity of the court, and to go and threaten justices' families and publish their home addresses and say, we're going to go protest there. I mean, Justice Barrett has small children at home. That's wrong. It's disgusting. Unfortunately, it's what these far left activists have become. It's what they do all the time. So I think it's reprehensible. I think the leak is reprehensible. And I think the attempt to use it to undermine the integrity and independence of the court is dangerous. Here's what the former Attorney General Bill Barr said when he spoke with us about it yesterday. Let's play that.
Well, I hope they build it while they're in jail, because this is a grave and unforgivable sin, and I think it is likely they're going to find out who leaked it. It's a relatively small group of people that could possibly have done that, and I think the full weight of the law has to be brought against them. Do you agree with him there? I do think that if there has been a crime committed, Martha, then absolutely there should be prosecution. If this was a lawyer, by the way, and I suspect it probably was, given who has access, they should be disbarred. Of course they should be fired. And we'll figure it out. We'll figure out what the circumstances were. But if there were criminal acts committed, of course they ought to be prosecuted. This is dangerous, and we've got to make sure it doesn't happen again. So the Chief Justice Roberts just called this leak absolutely appalling. And we know that the marshal at the Supreme Court is the person in charge of it. But yesterday, and we're waiting for Jen Psaki to come out moments from now, but yesterday she was asked, you know, does the White House object to this leak? Do they believe that it's wrong? And she didn't take that head on. What do you think about that? Yeah, well, of course they don't think it's wrong. They're loving this. They're celebrating it because they're trying to use it against the court. I mean, right now on Capitol Hill, you've got senators who are threatening the justices, who are saying we're going to pack the court, threatening to hold hearings, not to hold hearings on the security of the court, to hold hearings about how they can pressure this court and try to get it to change. I mean, listen, if that's going to be how it is, we may as well elect the justices. If it's going to be a referenda on every different decision, I mean, what should happen here is the court should be able to do its job, and the left should quit trying to interfere. Well, in the right-hand side of the screen, we have those fences all around, and I think it's dismaying for every American to see the fences that we saw around the Capitol building and to see these fences now that we're seeing around the Supreme Court. Senator Hawley, thank you. Always good to see you. Thanks for joining us today.